Losing weight and getting rid of obesity requires a lot of grit and hard work, and it's a very commendable and remarkable achievement. However, many people who have lost weight and are currently in a normal weight range are still not happy or satisfied. The reason being, when one loses weight, they get rid of fat, but there is still a lot of residual loose hanging skin and stubborn fat as well, and this causes them dissatisfaction. Hi, I am Dr. Dushyanthkalva. I am a consultant plastic surgeon at informclinics. Today I am going to talk about all the corrective surgeries that can get rid of this stubborn problem that plagues people who have lost weight. If you are a person who has lost a lot of weight recently, then this video will provide you a lot of answers to your current problems. But before I go into describing all the procedures that are on offer for a person who has lost weight, let's find out what the problem actually is. So to do that, we have to understand how fat is stored in a human body. In an obese person, fat is traditionally stored in the area of the skin of the abdomen, the buttock, the thighs, followed by the arms and chest. So these are the biggest fat storage areas. Fat is stored elsewhere as well, but to a lesser extent. So when a person loses weight, as in massive weight loss, say 40 or 50 kilos of weight when one loses, so these are the areas that undergo the maximum deflation. So when fat is lost in these areas which have stored massive amount of fat, so the skin that covers these areas is unable to shrink to the maximum extent. That means it does not revert back fully. So what next happens is gravity. Due to the effect of gravity and the unsupported skin just sags down, and then all the problems that are faced by these people are caused by this particular excess skin, along with certain areas or pockets of stubborn fat. Having understood that the actual problem is excessive unsupported skin that has descended down and hanging, and thereby causing the issues that the people are facing with, let me go into describing each of the surgeries for that specific body part. Every one of these post weight loss tightening procedures are aimed at lifting the sagged skin, at the same time removing the excess skin along with the attached fat to it. So as far as the trunk goes, I treat the trunk as a single unit circumferentially. So I usually do a surgery called a belt lipectomy, in which incisions are given circumferentially, and this sagged skin from the pubic region, from the lateral thighs, sagged buttock skin is lifted up to their normal position, and the resulting excess skin from the lower back and the lower abdomen is completely excised along with the attached fat to it. This procedure brings tightening of the entire midriff, that is the abdomen, the flanks, the lower back, especially the buttocks, the pubic region, and the upper lateral thighs as well. So this one surgery can address a plethora of problems that are faced by the individuals. Now, the next surgery is a thigh lift. Usually lateral and medial thighs undergo the maximum amount of descent. A properly done belt lipectomy actually can address a lot of lateral thigh issues. So the medial thigh is left out during the belt lipectomy. So in this thigh lift surgery, I usually address the medial thigh laxity, whereby all the skin that is sagging down and bunching up at the knees is pulled up. At the same time, the looseness of the circumference of the thigh is also addressed. This procedure is called a thigh lift. Now, next is the arm lift. In the people who have lost a lot of body weight typically complain of something called bat wings. That means when they lift their arms out horizontally, what they realize is a lot of hanging skin, which looks like the skin of a bat's wing. So this is very distressing. So this thing is addressed by something called an armlift or brachyplasty, in which here again the excess skin is removed and the arm is tightened to a nice tight cylindrical object. The next is the chest. Laxity in the chest or descent of the chest occurs both in men and women, and this surgery is very similar to the breast lift that we do in women. This surgery is done in men as well. So in this, there is not one surgery, but depending on the amount of descent, I would advise 2 or 3 different surgeries based on what I actually see. Since this video is about a brief overview, so I would describe these procedures in detail in the next video. These procedures that I have briefly described, that is belt lipectomy, thigh lift, arm lift and upper body lift, can produce the most satisfaction in this subset of patients. I hope I have been clear in my description of these procedures. If you found this video informative, please like or share or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.